Hello, yeah, my name is Raghuvanshi, and in this video I'm going to talk about classification using machine learning. I'm going to use a data set that has the chemical analysis of different types of three different wines, and this table will consist of these 13 chemicals and the constituencies, and the last column will be the customer segment, or which is the class attribute of this table. I have taken this dataset from kaggle.com. As you can see, this is the table and its values. Now we'll be using classification techniques such as ID3, cart, logistic regression, neural networks, and so on. So first of all, the steps are pretty simple. First, we load and pre-process the data. Then we split the data into training and testing sets. Then we use the different classification techniques and calculate their accuracies. After analyzing these different classifications and the classification metrics, such as the mean square error or the root of the mean square error, accuracy, recall, etc., we'll compare them and conclude which is the best model for the given data set. So here's the code. First we import pandas and numpy, and then we read our dataset file. Here it's wine.csv. As you can see, this is our data. Now the column customer segment is our targeted column. Hence we will select it and select it and consider as our head over here, and then we'll drop it. And then we'll drop it from the table, so that because we need to predict that particular column. Now after this, we're going to pre-process first. If by any chance the given table does not have any uh, numerics and instead has any words, then we'll have to convert those into numerics first. Now given that our table already has those numerics, we don't really have to worry about it. Now we'll pre-process the data and normalize these values. By normalizing, we mean that all these numbers that are there above 1, we'll be converting them into values between 0 and 1. After this, as we can see, we have 178 rows and 113 columns. Now we import numpy and then we split the data. Now we split the data set into 7:3 ratio, where 70% of the test of the data set will be for training and 30% will be for testing. As you can see over here, we have the 124 and 113. This is the number of rows and columns that are there in the training set. Then we install py.plus, so that for our graph related classification techniques. We shall start. So first off, we're going to go with ID3. In ID3 we import decision tree classifier, and by using the criterion entropy, we'll be constructing this tree. And then because ID3 uses the entropy values to this branch down. Now here we get the accuracy score over here for the given table. Then we plot the graph. As you can see, this is the graph over here. And similarly, we do it in cart. But in cart, you see, we do not use entropy. Rather, we use the Gini impurity. So we calculate the mean square error, and we find the accuracy score, mean square error, and the root mean square error. And then again, we print the decision tree over here. Now as you can see, our accuracy over here for the cart decision tree is 96.96, and for ID3 is 0.85. Now, so for all the entries or values that do not have a proper entry or a null entry, will be filling them in with the mean of the values of the column or row. Yeah. Now, um, this is for logistic regression. We import load digits and use sklearn linear model and import perceptron. By using the perceptron function and entering these parameters, we will get the score, which is 0.944. Similarly, for neural networks, we'll import a library by use from we'll import from sklearn, and by using the given parameters like alpha is equal to 1e minus 5 with the hidden layer sizes 5 and 2, we will train our model, and after that, after it's trained, we will store the predicted values in a ypred, and then we'll print the confusion matrix. As you can see, the precision of our neural network is 0.95, and similarly we do it for a random forest and a KNN. As you can see, we get for random forest we get 0.96, and for KNN we get 0.95. This is my blog where I've mentioned all these steps and how I've done it. So let's go through the whole thing again. We first load the data and pre-process it. Then we split the data into training and testing sets, which was in the ratio of 7:3. Then we use different classification techniques and calculate the accuracies of the models. And then we compare them using their classification matrices. Now, after comparing, will be able to conclude. As you can see, how we have loaded them, and whole process over here, same thing. So from these results, we can observe that for the given data set, we can say that the best model for the given data set was the logistic regression, which gave us an accuracy of 1, and followed by random forest and card, which both gave us an accuracy of 0.96 and 0.96. So this was my video on how to classify a given data set using the different types of classification techniques and machine learning. Thank you.